Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our coverage of the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II, the United Kingdom's longest reigning monarch, 70 years on the throne, and the end of an era for the world. From World War II to the coronation of a young princess, she was guided by Winston Churchill, then gave counsel herself to younger prime ministers. The world watched her transform from stunning bride to working mother to grandmother of a nation. From countrywoman to regal bearing, she was a constant here and around the world, unchanging and yet moving forward through good times and bad. She embodied the steadfastness of the greatest generation and the optimism and hope needed to get through the pandemic. When she assured her kingdom, we will be together again. Good morning again, everyone. I'm so glad to be joined by this terrific team of Piers Morgan and Ainsley Earhardt as we set the stage for a funeral the likes of which the world has not seen and will likely not see again. It is great to be with both of you. It seems like just such a short time ago. We were all here in bright colors, and now today in dark colors for this solemn but really important historical occasion. So it's great to be with you both. Piers, your thoughts this morning as we get started?
Incredibly moved, actually, already by just what's happening behind us, because the scenes when we were here 3 months ago, the other side over there, were of euphoria and celebration of this amazing reign. And now there's just real silence and people just wanting to pay respects. I think there will be a note of celebration still of this extraordinary reign, but today is the day Britain says goodbye, not just to our greatest monarch, but I would argue the greatest monarch there's ever been of any country. And certainly we've never seen the world what's going to happen today before. Even Sir Winston Churchill's state funeral 2 months before I was born, 57 years ago, 1965, even that, I think, will not be on the scale of what we're going to see today. This is the greatest gathering of world figures the planet has probably ever seen. And quite rightly, in my opinion, because this woman was the greatest of all the monarchs.
Ainsley, your thoughts?
You know, I was watching one of the stations, the local stations, last night as I was trying to fall asleep, and they continuously showed video of her, some sound bites of her throughout the years, and classical music over all of the images. And I thought about you, Piers, because I remember when we interviewed you, you said you shed a few tears that first day when you learned that she died on September 8th. And my eyes started to get teary because I think even though she's not my monarch, I love what she represents. I love that she is such a constant. She was a woman of faith. Her God meant everything to her. She had a duty to country. She left her children for months at a time. No mother wants to do that, but she did that to go serve her country, like an individual in the military would do. Even when her children got into some trouble, when maybe her husband was a little mischievous, she just was constant and stayed and plowed through and never let it bother her in the open. You know, she was just so dignified and so full of grace and classy. But Martha, you've been following her for so long. What's going through your mind? You've been here for 12 days. This is your 12th day here covering this.
You know, I think this morning has a weight to it that is very profound, as you're saying. And we're watching people start to file in already at Westminster Abbey. And Westminster Abbey is going to be the first place that we really watch this funeral service play out this morning. And I am struck by also what Piers was saying, that last night you had 250 heads of state from all around the globe. And I think it's just worth everyone letting that sink in, that this is probably the largest gathering of heads of state that any of us will ever see, the largest gathering of heads of state in modern times. So why is that? Why does this passing of Queen Elizabeth draw people from all around the world? Because they admired her. They, as we said in that piece, wanted to emulate her as a leadership role model.
And the sheer longevity. I mean, when you see the early pictures, she was 26 years old. I mean, think about that. I have a son 2 years older, 3 years older than that. And I think, my God, can you imagine what it must have been like? She was propelled into this position out of nowhere when her father, King George VI, suddenly died in his early 50s. And there you have this young princess who, when her uncle, of course, Edward VIII was king, would never have imagined in a million years that within a very short period of time, she would be coronated as our monarch. And then for the next 70 years, she reigned really without putting a foot wrong. I mean, how many world leaders can go a week without putting a foot wrong? This woman went 70 years. And that is why I think there's been this global outpouring of respect. Whether you believe in the idea of a monarchy or not, everybody respected this woman for what she stood for, the values that you mentioned, and which I've talked about in the last week of resilience, stoicism, determination, just get on with it, humility, always putting the people before herself, the country before herself, service, duty. Now, these are the great values that made Britain a great country. And I think with her passing, the country has had a moment to stop and reflect on what she means and what her values are. And I think when you saw the queue, and I think I can use that phrase now with my American friends, having spent many years trying to explain a line is a queue, we now know now, don't we, even in America, the queue, which has been the greatest queue, the greatest line that I think the world's ever seen. And it was snaking for miles and miles and miles through London, hundreds of thousands of people. And what were they doing? They were queuing for 9, 10, 15, 16 hours in pretty cold conditions overnight to spend a few seconds in front of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II just to nod and show their respects. I can't think of anybody in modern times, maybe ever, who's ever engendered that kind of response. So this is a moment in history. And we have one 3 months ago, which was to celebrate the longest reign. And today we have the goodbye. And it's going to be, I've got to say, when the procession comes past here in a few hours' time after the funeral, it's going to be an incredibly moving moment, because that will be the last time I and all these people here will ever see our great Queen. And that's a moment.